Check out how small this freaking trackpad is. What? Is this what people had to deal with in like 2005? That's crazy. So what's up, y'all? So this is a computer I'm gonna attempt to repair, I guess. She actually, this is for my business where of course I'm fixing computers and stuff like that. She actually gave me this little HP here as well. That one was built like 2012 or something. Windows 8 time era, and yeah, it was a really cheap PC, I think. Like the processor, I have a picture of it. I can actually maybe show it on the screen. The processor's like a core. Like it's like the cheapest AMD processor ever, I think. And yeah, it was just crazy. Whenever you go to, whenever I first got it, whenever I went to go turn it on, it wouldn't do anything. Then I took the whole thing apart, took the CMOS battery out and stuff like that, put it back together a little bit. And like it'll light up and it'll kind of flicker sometimes, but it still doesn't start. So it's a cheap computer, so I'm giving up on it. Just gonna use like the screws and maybe like the hard drive. I could maybe use the screen in it if I ever need to test the screen or something too. So yeah, cool stuff there. But yeah, check out this thing. First off, it came with Windows Vista, so that gives you an idea of when it's built. If you want an idea of what this computer is, Inspiron 1721. So yeah, it's look how small that trackpad is. Like what? That just seems crazy. I mean, trackpads these days are like they cover up this whole damn thing. So I don't know. I just think that's pretty crazy. I think something's wrong with either the hard drive or the Windows installation, because whenever you turn it on, it goes into system repair. And I don't think she knows the password for this anyway, so yeah, whatever. We'll see what I can do to it. But it also has, well, it's really dark back here, but okay, I have it upside down. That's literally like a phone jack. That's crazy. This computer actually has a lot of I/O, I guess. What is this? Oh, that's that one expansion slot thing, right? Yeah, new laptops pretty much don't have that. And then there's the bottom of it. Wow. Yeah, Dell. Then we got a bunch of I/O over here, so that's cool. Got some USB ports on the back. It's something that they don't do very often anymore. I don't know, so yeah, it's interesting. I'll see what I can do to this puppy. Turns out, oh look, you can see my computer monitor on there. Turns out the hard drive from this Dell is bad. It's made from 2007. It's a Samsung drive. It's 250 gigabytes, in case you guys were wondering. And yeah, it's definitely bad. Crystal Disk Info said it like the current pending sector count, I think, and two other things were failing. So those are pretty major things on the hard drive that are just failing. So I got the data off, and yeah, after that we'll just throw that puppy away. So let's see. So the hard drive from the HP was actually still fine and everything. So I slapped it in this computer, and I was like, maybe it'll boot to whatever operating system 8, 7, I don't remember, but whatever that had, maybe it'll boot. Looks like it's not. The computer was just flashing red and yellow for some reason. I don't know, maybe it likes McDonald's or something. I don't really know, but I thought that was crazy. I don't know what the fuck was happening. But if it happens again, I'll show you guys. If it doesn't, then we'll just move on to maybe trying to boot Windows on this thing or something. Alright, come on, you bitch. Enter setup, you fucker. Come on. Oh my gosh. Let's load the defaults just because I feel like that. Oh shit. This is the weirdest BIOS I've ever fucking seen in my life. Yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah. Load default. Alright, so I don't see anything crazy now. What the fuck? It was doing crazy shit a bunch earlier. It's doing it again. Oh, it just went away, really? God damn it, computer. No, we're still getting some weird dots over here, but yeah, it was flashing red and green there for a little bit. Yeah, weird. It's saying it needs a 90 watt adapter, and yeah, I think both of the ones she gave me are 60 watts. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't cause this, though. What the fuck is going on here? Got a goddamn game of Tetris going on here? Yeah, that's weird. So, kind of, I don't know. What does this mean? An issue with the video card or the motherboard, which in the case of a laptop are almost always combined. So, alright, that's fun. Hey guys, so I took apart that Dell. I was still having issues with it with the screen flashing, which kind of indicates maybe a graphics issue, motherboard issue, something like that, you know. But went ahead and took it apart. First off, look at all the screws. Wow. Yeah, crazy. And it says HP, but that's just because I didn't feel like marking that out and putting Dell. But yeah, so here's that Dell Inspiron something 1721 or something opened up. And first off, I want to say, look at the CPU like heatsink and everything. Now, if you have opened up any modern laptops, this is very, very elaborate from modern laptops. Taking this thing apart was unreal. I mean, I pretty much had to take off the screen to really get like this, like to get like the whole keyboard area rest open. Yeah, which was just crazy in itself. Another crazy thing is there's a DDR2 stick right there. There's also a stick on the backside, so usually on most modern laptops they put them both together. On this one they didn't, of course. And if you just look at the PCB, I mean, like, it just, I don't know, it just screams old, and it's just, I don't know, it's really interesting. It's really not terribly old, you know, like 2007, but yeah, it's the older style, that's for damn sure. But yeah, check out the you know, the very, very large I guess heat pipe. Like most heat pipes are like flattened on modern laptops to make them smaller. This one is very much round, which is very interesting. And if you want to take a look on the shit, look at all that dust. Yeah, that's sexy right there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. See, I went ahead and took this off and I reseated the CPU. I'm sure that wasn't the issue, but it's always worth a try. And then, see, there's the CPU there. And then I think this might be the GPU. And then, like, here's another AMD chip. They're all AMD chips. So, if I zoom in, well, my camera doesn't like it focused whenever I zoom in all the way. But, you know, you can see AMD on there. And I'm sure it's a dual-core AMD Turion X64 or something like that. Yeah, so cool stuff. It's really weird opening up this laptop. I'll probably go ahead and put it back together now. Oh, and another weird thing is the keyboard. That is the connector right here for the keyboard. This little blue thing, which is kind of hard to see for whatever reason. So, and like the power button and all those other buttons are up here. Those are the power buttons. Yeah, like on older laptops, like screws actually screw in the keyboard. You know, screws here and there. And then you got this little plate here that kind of covers them up, and then you have to take that off, of course. But it's really interesting having the power button on the keyboard first off, and then having that connector is just weird. On almost every keyboard, well, on every keyboard I've ever seen on a laptop, it's always a ribbon cable like underneath it, like right here. Not on this thing. So I just thought that was really interesting. So I'll go ahead and probably put this thing back together now and just kind of see what the hell happens. Not very hopeful, but especially since it's so fucking old, it's probably not even really worth opening up. But I thought it was kind of cool to show you guys. So yeah, take another look at it. It's a big ass CPU fan, and like here's like the expansion card for that right there. Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, got like some. Is this just for headphone? Yeah, like so weird to just add that thing. I don't know, but yeah. So that's what a really old Dell looks like. Really interesting. And then you got like this little thing for just one USB port over there, and then this is the telephone jack. Fucking crazy. And then like this, the keyboard like wrist rest thing, like there's just like pieces of metal that like hold it in place and everything. It's just really weird. It's like everything is like metal. So oh, and look, we can see it was made at Foxconn 2007, October 25th, and that one's October 27th. So it's really not that old, but this must have been like the last of this style, because no modern laptop looks like this, first off, and no modern laptop weighs this much. It weighs like at least 3 pounds. Well, probably weighs 5 pounds to be completely honest with you. But anyways, it's just pretty crazy. RJ11 cable. Man, this thing is just crazy. So I'll probably have a little video clip of me putting this back together. Well, once it's back together. I'm not very hopeful for it though. Well, believe it or not, I actually got Windows 7 to load on this bad bitch. Had some weird settings, I think, for storage devices. For some reason, it was set to a RAID. This laptop does have 2 hard drive slots, but I don't think there was ever 2 hard drives in it. And by the way, I'm just connecting it to the Wi-Fi now. Like it says, it's 2007. That's like right whenever it was built. So I'm sure whenever I connect to the internet, it'll be like, oh, okay, it's actually 2016. 10 or 2017 actually. Wait, what am I saying? 10 years later. So yeah, I guess this computer's almost 10 years old. Look at that, and it's loading Windows 7, which is cool. So I had to put a new hard drive in it since the hard drive was toast, and has a dual-core AMD processor at 2 gigahertz. If I go into Task Manager, I think it's already getting stressed pretty hard. Yeah, it's at 100%. Yeah, okay. And then it has 2 gigabytes of DDR2 RAM. Yeah, so that's cool. Jeez, this is pretty interesting. Get the fuck out of here, Windows 7. But yeah, it's kind of cool that Windows 7 actually loaded on it. I think Charlie is pretty impressed. But yeah, and it's not flashing colors for some reason now. I don't know. It might have also been an issue with, I think this laptop really needs 90 watt power adapter, and the one she gave me was 65 watts, so maybe it was that. I don't know. But, whatever, it's working now. So if this is the last update, then, yeah, it's working now, so that's pretty ballin'. Balling on a budget with a PC that's 10 years old. Hell yeah. 2 gigabytes of RAM, and it's also DDR2, is probably not enough for Windows 7. So, yeah. It's doing some updates, of course, on the fresh Windows installation. I figured this would be my last update on this little Dell right here, the Inspiron 1721. Something crazy about this computer is it had, like, a lot of times whenever you install Windows 7 and, like, you format the hard drive and everything, a lot of times you don't have drivers for wireless, especially on Windows 7. On the newer operating systems, there's better support with computers without having to go to like Dell's website. This old ass computer had support on Windows 7 for the wireless drivers, which is just hilarious. Anyways, so yeah, this probably be my last update on this computer. I kind of want to upgrade this thing to 4 gigabytes of DDR2 RAM. 2 gigabytes is just really not enough. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and hopefully you thought it was cool. I don't know. I guess you can do something with this computer, so yeah, fun stuff. Thanks for watching this video. Peace out, y'all.